Hi, my name is Samantha Strausbaugh, and I'm going to do a demonstrative speech on how to pack a mani. I will be doing this in front of Boy Scout Troop 422, and so that is what I'm going to be doing it on. I know that they go to Philmont, New Mexico, that there's a scout ranch there that they can, on one of the treks, one of their camps, you get to learn how to horseback ride, and you can also get to borrow a burro or a donkey to pack some of your stuff in. And if you're going there, this would be useful to know because it is one of those skills that you can use really if you want to pack blankets or any kind of bedding at home and you have a long enough rope for it, which you need about 25 foot of rope. 30 is usually better, but for right now all I have is a 25-foot rope. And there's two types of pack saddles that you can use this with. There is a Decker saddle, which is a more common saddle, and there are metal bars instead of wood, unlike the Sawbuck, which the Sawbuck has 4 pieces of wood, 2 in the front that go like that, and so you would set it on the horse like that. And then there's 2 in the back. And this one is this one is not as common as the Decker because the Decker is mostly preferred out west. But the Sawbuck is a little bit cheaper. You need a 9x9 canvas tarp, which is also called a mani. Right now, I do not have one currently, but I have a blanket that is about the same size, and it'll work for this demonstration. You also need a rope, which I've got. The rope needs to have an eye splice, and I'll show you what an eye splice is once I get it out. And so, you can use it for a variety of things. Packing bedding, I've used that before. So let me unfold my mani. So what you want to do is you want to pull out your manty, and you want to unfold it to where you want it to be all spread out so that there's no wrinkles really, and pretend that this is canvas, it's waterproof. And what you want to do is most of you will be carrying one of these when you are hiking through Philmont. And what are you doing?
It won't do it.
What do you mean? Don't worry about...
I can't get the blanket in the picture.
What do you... Okay, I'm having camera difficulties right now, so bear with me. There, now can you see the blanket? Point it down.
No.
Point down the camera. Okay. Alright, sorry about the delay. My camera person is not so great with cameras. So what you're going to do is you are going to take your pack, and my blanket now has crinkles in it, so I'm going to pull it out, stretch it out for the most part. You do not want to put it like this, because that will not keep it waterproof. You want to fold it sort of like a burrito. So you want to put it right there, pull it down to where, a little further, and you're going to fold it up so that it keeps everything on the bottom. You're going to take the left side, you're going to fold it over. You want to make sure that it's nice and snug. You're going to want to make sure that you go all the way across it, but you don't want to pull it so much that it'll turn the stuff that you're trying to pack. So you want to kind of tuck everything in, and you can also pack sleeping bags, pillows, camp chairs. You're not always going to have the same shape of stuff every time, but you're going to have 2 manis on a saddle, and you want to make sure that they are both weigh the same. And when you're packing this, you want to make sure that the top is not heavy and the bottom is not heavy. You want the main weight in the middle, because that'll help if most of the weight is in the middle, it will not tip the saddle, and it'll be easier and better for the burro to carry it. So when you pull this side over, you want it to be flush with the other side. So what you want to do is kind of fold it, kind of like that, and then you're going to pull it over so that it's flush with the other side. And that just helps to keep it more waterproof. And then you are going to fold the top down And you kind of want to make it so that there are no way for the rain to get in. So now that you have folded your mani, what you're going to do is you're going to take your rope, and I'm going to untwist my rope, which I had it all nice and neat, but this is what I'm talking about with the eye splice. Let me take this apart for 1 second. And it's just a little, you re-braid the rope back into itself to create a little loop. So now I'm going to put it back through wherever my end went. Maybe. Alright. So I'm going to go like that. And you want to make sure that your rope stays untwisted. Do not want any knots in there. Come here. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to put this down in the middle. You don't want it too far to one side. That will make it harder to tie off, and you can also lose stuff that way. So you're going to want to pull out the slack. And what you want to do, you don't want it so snug that it looks like a butterfly, but you want it snug enough so that nothing will come out. So you're going to pull it, you're going to put one right behind it, and then you're going to use a half hitch. Those of you who don't know what a half hitch is, what you do is you're going to take your rope, and I did this once before, and you're going to fold it like that. So that kind of makes a loop. And what it looks like after you put it around, you're going to want to pull out the slack. Again, you want to keep it as tight as you can, because if you don't keep it tight, the stuff will not stay. So you want it about 1/3 of the way down. Normally, in a regular mani, if it's longer, you're going to use three half hitches, but for right now, it's short, so I'm only going to use 2 half hitches. So we're going to do another half hitch right there. So if it's light enough, you can kind of pull it up so that you can place your other half hitch in the correct spot that you want it to go. Pull out the slack, you're going to pull down, and what happens is when you use a half hitch, if you have it in the right spot, it'll go down the middle. So now that you have both of your half hitches, what you're going to do is you're going to go around one more time, and then underneath these ropes, you don't want to do it any farther up because that will not help to keep the ropes where they need to be. And you're going to do a quick release. What you do is you twist the rope a little bit, and then you're going to pull the loop through, and that's a quick release so that when, in case you need to get into it, you can go like that. That's what a quick release is. So you're going to pull your loop through, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a couple more half hitches. So you're going to put it under, one under, you're going to pull this part through, pull it tight, do another half hitch above it, sort of lock it in there, and then if you have enough rope, you'll do a third one. So pull it through, and by doing that, you lock the rope in place, and the extra you can kind of just pull through. If you have too much rope, what you'll do is you'll kind of loop it in your hand, about 6-inch diameter, and I don't know if I have enough for this. Let me undo some of this to show you what, undo one. So you kind of have a loop. What you'll do, you'll kind of go through and sort of like that, but you'll have more rope and it'll hold itself. So that is how you tie a manti up. And are there any questions? Thank you for your